Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Cutlass Board Games channel, and it's Path of Exile 2 time once again. In the last episode, we had a bargain. We had a challenge to try and make all three elements work. I think I've done it. I've been cooking out of my fucking mind trying to make this happen, and let's kind of run through what's happening. Let's start with the items. As I've got a couple of new ones. There's still a few little bits and pieces that I want to tinker. But basically everything right now has boosted lightning damage because of the arc build. And I think I'm okay with keeping it like that, because more lightning damage means greater execution threshold from lightning warp. And I think that's fine. So I'm going to keep that. But we've got a few new pieces. We are no longer using a two-handed weapon. We have got Hate Bane attuned wand, which gives 21% of damage as extra lightning damage on top of Archmage, which is going to give us extra lightning damage. 52% increased spell damage, 43% increased fire damage, plus 4 level of all fire skills, 13% increased critical hit chance for spell. That's so many insanely good modifiers going on here. So that is really good. But cheeky, a little cheeky, instead of using a focus, we are using a scepter, and I will get into why in a little bit, but it gives us 142 spirit, 141 maximum mana, and 17 intelligence, which is not terrible. All the allies, map presence stuff I don't give a shit about. We took off the split in 3 gloves because it wasn't actually as good as you would think. And we're not using the skill which turns our which eats our mana when we take damage, and not the one that eats our energy shield to make mana. Everything else does not really change that much. But let's have a look at the passive tree. It's changed a bunch. Let's start with our Ascendancy. We are back. We are so back. We are back on Elemental Storm. Elemental Storm has 150% more cooldown rate, and it triggers on critical. And we have a couple things in the tree for critical chance, which is this one, which is this one. And we are still running all of our extra X as type damage, so extra lightning as cold, extra fire damage, and extra lightning damage per 10 intelligence. We also have this little section seems kind of crazy. 30% increased elemental damage if you've ignited an enemy, if you've chilled an enemy, if you've shocked an enemy. And we're using all 3 damage types to potentially get this to happen. Some more crit. And then here's the source. 12% chance for spell skills to fire 2 additional projectiles. And just a bunch of additional projectiles, a bunch of additional projectiles, projectile speed, spell damage. And then this one, 25% chance for trigger skills to refund half of energy spent. And then they gain additional energy. I'm going to try and find extra points here, so you might end up cutting something here. Or just, fucking leveling up a couple of times. That's a thing I have access to. Recovers mana when you invoke a spell, and triggered spells deal extra damage. Now let's look at our skills real quick. From the top, Mana Drain we're not using, Purity of Lightning we're not using, we have Elemental Storm. Elemental Storm triggers on crit, it deals 40% more damage to enemies on one life. It has as much cooldown and recovery rate as possible. I don't think it says cooldown time is 5 seconds, but I think that's reduced, and it doesn't tell you what it actually is after reduction. I don't have a way to check that. That is fine. Okay, I don't know what that's all about. And then we have Elemental Discharge. Supported skills cannot inflict freeze, shock, or ignite. It already cannot crit, but Elemental Discharge will consume freeze, consume shock, and consume ignite to deal bonus damage scaling with my intelligence, which is pretty sick. And then also supported skill effect duration, which means that the storm is going to be there for... the storm duration is 5 seconds, as well as the cooldown is 5 seconds. So I don't truly know what those numbers are, but the storm hits and the storm is good. Then we have Frost Wall. Frost Wall is doing a lot of freeze build-up. which is pretty good. So it's doing less damage, and it's in a circle with Fortress, which I think is actually kind of cracked. Magnified effect, so it is more area of effect, and then more freeze builder. And then we have conductivity. I think we're not super using, but it creates burning ground, so guaranteed ignite, and it has decay, which is 60% of intelligence as chaos damage, which is also pretty good. This one is just for melting bosses, really, and it is set to lightning, and possibly could be instead fire. So maybe actually let's switch that over to, where's the fire one? This one? Flammability. Let's swap that to flammability, just real quick. So I think that's technically more correct. We'll see. I think I do more lightning damage, but that's okay. Then we have Archmage, which reserves 100 spirit. It's very expensive. That's why we have our Scepter. But it's been upgraded to maximum quality. I spent almost all the Exalted that we had to buy the quality improvement gem something. Anyway, to improve a lot of quality and a bunch of different things to make it a bit more consistent. But non-channeling spells gain 7% of damage as extra lightning damage for each 100 maximum mana you have, and I have 1.3. So we're looking at 13 times activated, which is 51, something like that. Extra lightning damage. We have Cast on Freeze. Cast on Freeze with chances to shock. I should swap these out also for something else. I'm not sure what the extra something else should be. Am I using this already? I think I have this on. Will this let me put this in here? Yeah, okay, because it should give me extra projectiles for that. As you're now discovering, I guess I can just do this. An inevitable crit, because inevitable crit will guarantee that I get a storm. An elemental storm. Okay, you can't even see what I'm doing anyway. It's all hidden behind my head. We have Cast on Freeze, the maximum quality, and it gets +1 level from the +1 to all cold skills. So it's chill 15 until I get a new skill gem for that. But 57% increased energy gained, and the energy we need to get to is 110. And then it will cast Eye of Winter. The Eye of Winter is going to inflict critical weakness, and critical weakness is going to mean that we crit more often, and we're going to make Elemental Storm more often. But also it's got Frost build-up, also it's got all that kind of stuff. And Wild Charge is going to give us more projectiles without overlapping with Fireball, which I'll look at in a second. And Inevitable Critical, I mean, it's just eventually when Cast on Freeze is cast, it will guarantee at least one of the crits, which will guarantee at least one Elemental Storm. Seems good. Cast on Shock, because we are doing a bunch of damage, we also have our Lightning Warp, which will also shock, because it creates shock to ground. Will help us to Cast on Shock, and then Cast on Shock will also make an Eye of Winter for the exact same reasons, except this one in particular has the refunded cost and increased energy gain one, so it's more often, much more often, which is also 110, but the energy gain modifier is double and has a 60% chance to refund the cost. So it's going to be much, much faster. We have a Lightning Warp with as much damage on it. So it can't crit, but 30% more damage. Can't Elemental Ailment, but 25% more damage. And then 12% more elemental damage for each skill used recently of a different elemental type. So we are casting Frost Wall, and then we are casting Fireball, which is going to be 24% extra damage to the Lightning Warp. And then if I've cast Lightning Warp, then it's an additional one. And so yeah, here's our Fireball with Scatter Shot, Unleash, Fork. Not super crazy, but it's got pretty good damage per second. Average damage per use is kind of crazy, because it's going to hit with like 1 million projectiles, and the goal is to hit 1 million projectiles on the target that you were shooting it at. And then where is our crit? Crit chance is 17%. That's not so terrible, but because there's so many projectiles, the goal is for at least one of those projectiles to hit and critical, which is pretty good. And then our last one is the cheeky Elemental Conflux. So every 8 seconds, Elemental Conflux randomly picks a new element. You can see that up here. It's currently on Lightning, and it will randomly pick from the 3, which means it could do 2 in a row, a new elemental type. And I've got +1 level of each level type because it is all 3 things. So Lightning, Cold, and Fire, +1 to levels of that type. So it's level 18. And the +20% quality means that it grants 67% more damage with the affected element when we're using all 3 element types. Lightning Warp, Frost Wall, Fire Ball. So pretty much no matter where it is, eventually it is going to apply to something. And Archmage adds lightning to everything, so it all kind of works out in the end. Which is pretty good. So let's have a look. We just finished Steaming Springs. Let's grab something. I'm going back to doing 2s because I don't want to waste my good ones just yet. Increased monster stuff, that's fine. Additional packs is what I want. I love additional packs. We're going to come and do this step. Oh, so also, I finally got a device to put into here. So now, just this one apparently. Oh no, that's different. I just did one that had the boosts on it. How strange. Okay. This is just, okay, I've already done all the ones that overlap between the 2, but basically this one is 18% rarity items, 11% waystones found, which seems fine. I might just do like a more generic one to start with. So we're gonna cook a little bit. See just how it goes, and hopefully I don't explode and die immediately. That would be really embarrassing. But here's the play. We put down the Frost Wall, we put down the Curse, we cast the Fireball, everyone dies. It's pretty crazy. You can see that my energy gain for the free casts is pretty good. It's stuck on 100% because there's no target, I guess. Why is it not casting? There we go. So the Elemental Storm is like pretty good. You can see it's doing enough damage to kill some of the things that walk through it. Just kind of explode everything. And the goal is to get as many projectiles happening because each projectile is going to have a chance to crit. And then all crits is going to mean that I have the storm up as often as possible. Now the other cool thing with why we've picked Eye of Winter is because if Eye of Winter travels through the shocked ground that we create with Lightning Warp, or the burning ground that we create with Flammability, it will gain 50% of damage of that type. Fuck, these guys are so annoying. They just get up in my shit so fast. Fuck off! I hate it when the monsters cancel my spells cast. So I've got pretty good mana regen now that I've changed around some of my build a little bit and put a bit more focus into it. But I have a bit less resistances because of it. I have a ton of fire resistance. And because the meta skills take a cost also, I have to be mindful of how much mana I have and need. I also have to be wary because I don't have my big mana shield like I did before. And if I had enough skill points, I would go back and get it. But I wanted to pick other things first. Goal was to have as many projectiles so that we just kind of right click and that gigantic volcano erupts. And so far it's working pretty good. With the exception of the things that literally come and stand on top of me instantly upon loading in, it otherwise works pretty fine. And my energy gain to cast the socketed stuff is pretty good. Like, I'm casting it, it afflicts crit weakness, I get a storm. And I just want as many storms as possible. See, I got 2 there in one cast. I'm perhaps not using Lightning Warp as much as I should be. Both of them just cast at the same time. It's kind of funny. Okay. Gotta be like mindful that now I have an energy shield. I need to like actually pay attention to it and let it recharge. Also, when you're just playing Mana Battery instead of Energy Shield, your health pot becomes kind of irrelevant. Like, if you just go to 0 mana, you just die. Which is kind of ass. Oh no, I'm so dead. I fucking hate those stupid dogs, man. Stupid fucking... I think regardless of what my build would be, they would just kill me instantly. Because they have, like, a guaranteed stun on hit. Which is fucked and very annoying. But they, here we go. Let's go an extra energy shield one. Just gonna sell these things because I need cash. I have distinctly less than I had a minute ago. I wonder if I can get these towers and then overlap here a little bit. Let's try that then. Sulphuric Caverns is one of my favorite locations because it looks so sick. But it might be a bit tight space. One of the problems with the Frost Wall is that it doesn't like tightly packed locations. But it seems to be okay. The, oh, of course we've crashed. Fuck's sake. Oh my god. I think we should be fine. The increased projectile speed on the Eye Windsor is kind of insane, but it means that when the stuff casts, it's so hard to tell that you're actually casting and getting value out of the stuff that you're using. So you just kind of have to believe. Just kind of believe. And I'm kind of looking to check the percentages because they move really quickly, especially when it has a chance to reset to 50. But it seems really good so far. Seems pretty good so far. Because my goal is just to make as many elemental storms as possible, and elemental storms have a pretty good chance of knocking out whatever I'm fighting. So it's letting me back into the hideout, which means it's like a death reset, which is kind of annoying. Nothing I can really do about that. It's happened to me constantly. Throughout the gameplay, it has happened constantly. And nearly every single time I've tried to do an Ascendancy, which is equally annoying. But you can see I'm just kind of exploding everything in the area. Some things you'll notice, like the rares or whatever, I have like less chance of one-shotting, but still pretty good. Who's this guy? Get out of here. How did most of that miss? So the funny thing about the... Well, I want to use that. About the fireball is if you actually just cast it on shit, it's not that great. It'll fork and then like kill everything behind him. And you're like, well, I just want to kill that one guy. And so the frost wall is a bit better for that. Fucking vultures again. What was that? Oh, I see him. Sure was a choice. Unseal for this one is also interesting because using Unseal for Arc seems shit. You know, like I'm casting it so fast. What value am I getting here? But Unseal for the Fireball when I have to cast another spell in between is interesting. It is different. I don't think I've hit this guy yet. Can you fucking stick out for a second? I need to kill him to complete the map. And he's siphoning flask charges, so I have to be careful not to just stand on him for too long. How the fuck do I kill this guy? Do I have to stand next to him? I think yes. Interesting. What an annoying enemy type. But at least I figured it out. But my fucking health flasks are really struggling at the minute. So this build also like really wants you to have bigger packs. Bigger packs better. More things that I could hit and score crits on so that I could have more elemental storms. And I kind of had that in mind when I was like playing earlier. That like that's kind of the gameplay style that I prefer. And so I invested in getting that upgrade. Okay. So, like, as soon as I get the storm should deal a ton of extra damage. Ow. To our problem people. I can't see if there's anything in that little chasm with me because the whole thing is blocked off. So I don't know how I'm supposed to fucking deal with that. Also, they have proximal tangibility. Fuck yourself. Please, fuck yourself. If I die here, I am crying. It's absolutely got nothing to do with whatever I'm doing. I can't see, and also half of them have fucking proximal tangibility, so I can't even do anything about it. I can't even hit them. Stupid range guys are really annoying too. Big crabs. No, I have no fucking fast charges left because of the... Fuck me. Alright, that has got nothing to do with my build. That is just bullshit generally. Trapped in a fucking tiny corridor where I can't see anything is dog shit. That shouldn't ever be a problem I encounter where I can't see what's happening. Like, what's the point? What immersive gameplay does that provide for me? Nothing. Fuck yourself. So I got a Gem Cutter's Prism. I could use it on the Flammability. I don't think it's worthwhile. Archmage is maxed. Cast on Freeze is maxed. Cast on Shock is maxed. Lightning Warp just gives increased magnitude of shock. I think it's a bit shit. And I have one Eye of Winter. Eye of Winter just gets increased projectile speed. So I might put it on Flammability because it gives increased effective curse. Slightly more valuable, I think. Packs with Beasts, more monster life might be bad, but we'll see. We'll try the same location again. Sulfuric Caverns. Also, I have like a ton of fire resistance. I don't necessarily need to have, but all of my 20% of it comes from my passive tree. That's not intended. Like I didn't pick it up because I need it. It just comes with something else that's good. Poisons. So far, it's a little tetchy because the crab's poison on hit. And they suck big time. What the fuck? Doing so much damage to me. Alright, we got him. Oh, what is that? Why did you randomly get summoned there? That was weird. Oh, he just teleports on me? So I just must have come into aggro range. It's interesting. I haven't had anything that teleports on me in a while. Oh, it's just regular Shroud Walker, but because he's massive, he's not hidden in the Shroud. That's kind of fine. Alright, that wasn't so bad. It's just these crabs I gotta be worried about. Because they are very annoying. They also destroy my wall before I get a chance to put it on them. If you would kindly fuck yourself, that would be great. I can't even see that guy. He's knocking me around. This location is really rough because the visibility is just kind of low. Like my light radius is just kind of low. So it's really difficult to see what's going on. And then some things are hidden behind walls, and then some things are like literally invisible. Makes it a bit tough. These damn crabs. Did I even hit them at all? No. And the other problem is that when Fireball explodes, it creates this smoke effect. That makes it harder to see things. So if I do in fact blow everything up, then it's fine. If I don't, I'm a bit like, well, what's going on? So the goal is to get to a point where I can consistently blow everything up. This area, because it has increased monster health, maybe is less likely, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Wow, we cast 3? Or we cast 1 and it triggered a yes on the, what the fuck, extra projectiles, which is pretty good. That's the dream. We want the extra projectiles for free. It's just like casting the fucking spell, but a whole extra 2 times. See, now we're kind of cooking. We're getting a bit more consistent with it. Skill gem, it's fine. I need to replenish my supply. I don't know what happened there, but I messed it up. Lightning Warp is incredibly helpful for just finishing off one guy instead of casting the whole combo again. Casting Fireball on one guy is kind of mid, but it means that I need to get him within the execute range, which is kind of the whole goal and reason why Lightning Warp has so much additional damage stuff on it. Okay, this is a scary guy. I gotta be careful. I'm not being careful, I'm dying apparently. I think I got him. I can also blow up my walls with just the lightning wall, which is not great. Did I get him? No. Or the pack is just really big and I only aggroed some of them? I really can't tell. For the most part, the build is working as intended. I am just bad at the game. This isn't exactly news, but we still have like a million projectiles running. Which seems to be going pretty well, for the most part. How many storms I'm getting? The more storms, the better, and the storms are really good. And then if we get more ascendancy points, we're just going to be getting mana regen. Oh, fuck. I did like infinite damage to me. What the hell? Fuck these crabs, man. They're so annoying. I'm stuck against the wall. Oh my god. #1 pet peeve. I'm trying to roll out and the guy walks up to me and then pins me from going in the direction I'm moving. It's not like I walked into him. Okay, the cabin is kind of small already. I don't necessarily need to frost wall if they're not going to be, you know, super tanky anyway. I think it might be better because it makes it bulk. its destructive power is pretty good. Oh, I have to also be careful because the elemental storm will destroy the frozen wall. Just now kind of realizing that's what was happening. Which is a fine thing. It means I need to cast the wall somewhere else. It's not a big deal. Hello. Have you considered dying? Would you like to? Hasn't been using the curse as much. Now that I have a bit more consistent mana regen, because I have less mana than I did before. But I seem to recover it pretty quickly. What's my recover? 150, so it's literally half more than it was before. Oh, it's a minion. We love minions. Not as fun as demons, but we love minions here. We love being a minion. We love discovering minions here on the Cutlass Board Games channel. Bro, get in the threshold. You're so low. What the fuck? There we go. We just complete. Speak to Doriani about what you can see in the distance. Map completed. What the fuck? Okay. That's some shit I wasn't expecting. So we cleared the map. It wasn't so bad. Some enemy types are a little annoying, but that's like it's just a sorceress experience. It's not specific to this build. Let's blow this guy up, shall we? Just kind of doing like a kind of a lazy complete clear. There's a chest up here that I would have missed if I hadn't. Probably could have waited for my energy shield to recharge like a smart person, but that's not me. Couldn't be me. Oh, there's like a bunch of dudes here. The other thing is that the Fireball is not very specific, whereas the Frostwall is a little bit more deliberate. An arrow may have somebody's name on it, but a Fireball is addressed to whom it may concern.
There's a tremendous amount of energy radiating from that new structure. If it was corrupt, my intuition tells me that you must absolutely be the first to reach it.
Okay. Sure thing, my guy. Whatever you say, boss. Oh, they're both all useless. It's fine, I guess. I have a bunch of 14s. It's 15s that I need, so I also just sell the 14s. And I'll put these away. Well, let's have a look at what's going on the map device. Oh, it's this thing? It doesn't want to tell me anything about it. How do I get there? It doesn't show me what nodes are connected to it either. I assume it's over here. There's this tower. If I conquer the tower, I see further into the distance. So I might do that. What am I doing? 4s. I'll take this 4. See what we get on it. Increased pack size. Chance to poison on here. I don't love that. It's not so bad. This is also a goofy kind of a thing because most of the corridors I'm standing in are really thin, and most of the corridors they're standing in are really big. So I don't know how. I think I just like literally cast the frost wall on just the inside and then just send it in. Oh shit! In like every room. I fucking said it. Oh, fuck off! Are you kidding me? They just insta-killed me. What? They're not even special. They're just normal. Took 0 damage. One-shot me. What the fuck? I cast 2 whole fireballs on them. Jesus Christ. Let's just put a blank 3 in there then, because I'm just more interested in the plot than actually fucking accomplishing a map. My XP per minute is at -1 million. Negative more than 1 million. Negative 500 million, apparently. Which has been deeply frustrating. Trying to work out your build and dying a couple times when you are close to leveling up is kind of a stupid thing, I guess. Alright. Sure, we got him. We made it past the first room. We're doing better than last time. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna freeze me, which is kind of a problem. Freezing equals dead. So, I think I'm okay. What the fuck? I really hate it when you're using an ability and it gets cancelled. Because how the fuck am I supposed to know that's what's happened? I just pressed the button and nothing occurred. Which is really difficult to read, generally. They need like a... League of Legends has this thing where it's like screen flash on loss of control. I think is what it's literally called. Which, look, I'm asking really politely. That would be a fantastic feature to have in this game. I'm so getting frozen. If you would all just die, that'd be great. So this map's not a big one. Well, none of the towers are like big maps. There's a guy in here with me. I don't like that. But they're like really narrow and awkward. I see you. You stupid bitch. I really hate this enemy type. I see him. He's still here. I don't know why I can't fucking hurt them for some reason. Are they just like really highly elemental resistant? Or am I just doing like no fucking damage or something? Oh, fuck. What? What? Periodic lightning damage? Or extra lightning damage? Periodic cold explosions? You just walked up to me and went boink! And I exploded. This is getting very frustrating for no reason. Let's just do a fucking tier 1. Let's just do a blank tier 1. Thank you. This is a 14, which means it's slightly less useful. I'm not even sure what the problem is. Because like my resistances are good. I have a little bit of energy shield, and I'm still just being exploded. And I genuinely have no concept of what the thing is that's causing it. And I think I'm doing pretty good damage. But some things just like take 0. So I'm a bit unsure as to what they have that I cannot conceive of. Unfortunately, I just can't tell. If I could just roll a map that didn't have a fucking stupid crippling shade, guys, that would be kind of cool. I'll fuck with that. Alright. Yeah, I see a skeleton. Okay. Casting Lightning Warp to like instantly cast Eye Winter is kind of sick. This way. All I have to do is find the tower device. There's so many guys in here. Oh, it's because this revives minions. That's kind of funny. I was waiting to find out that it was proximal tangibility, and I was just like not hurting them and not realizing. For that kind of thing, we have Burning Inscription. Oh, these guys suck. Why are you fucking shooting that shit at me over here? That's not cool. I can't even reach. Oh, no, I can. There you go. There's my Burning Inscription. So I can try and burn them. Do some chaos damage to them over time. See, most of the time, I'm fine. Maybe I just got unlucky or some shit, but there'd be some guys blowing me up. Also, I wonder if the monolith's location is based on the number of maps I've completed, or if it's fixed and I just might have never discovered it, which is kind of funny. They're still here. I can't see them. They're literally invisible. I have no idea if I've killed them or not. I can only tell when they're moving around invisible when I'm inside. When I'm outside, it doesn't show up as obvious. I wonder if it's like my shadow settings or something. I've got a graphics card diffed. Okay, we're gonna be freeze down. So when they do their little shroud walk, are they dead? Yes. They're untargetable by me. So I can't lightning warp to them. They're literally gone. The cull notification disappears. Which is kind of goofy. Oh fuck! Why the wall cast behind me? Oh, I can't go in there. Alright, we did it. That was weird. We're trying to go only up. I don't know that that's necessarily correct. I'm kind of looping back around to the start. Oh, never mind, we found it. We found it! We found it. I'm once again good at video games. Sick. Now I want to look at the map. What does the map tell me? Okay, we get to see a little bit further. I still don't have a plotted path in. Within power beyond comprehension. The thing that's fucking beyond my comprehension is how I enter it. So I just pick one that's next to it and hope for the best. Bro was like, you have to go. You have to get there real fast. And I'm like, 07. What? How the fuck do I get there? I don't know. Maybe if I complete this map, it'll let me in. Or some shit. Oh, I can just fucking go there if I just click the correct pixel? Alright, fuck me. That was not clear at all. I clicked on it many times. You watched me click on it many times. Alright. What's the chance I die and explode? I'm thinking very high. Strange symbols in many different languages have been inscribed here. You understand none of them. A few symbols appear to be pictographs depicting a gate, burning death, and what appears to be an object of importance. I assume that means I have just not discovered the object of importance. I'm about to go and look at the gate.
I need some sort of key to gain entrance.
The 3 crisis fragments. Oh, my quests have opened up. I genuinely thought that the mapping experience was just going to be, alright, complete 10 tier 3 maps, alright, 10 tier 4 maps, alright, 10 tier 5 maps, all the way up to tier 10. And it's just like, alright, complete 100 maps, and it's like, alright, here's the boss. You're like, oh, okay, I'll fight the boss. This is heaps more interesting. So, see how that goes. That's kind of cool. Interesting. Well, let's look back at the map device. So we've been here now, but I don't have the 3 crisis fragments. And it says I need to go to 3 specifically named places. But it hasn't identified them on my map. I assume that they have to be specifically named, I guess. I've also not gotten a key for the vault or something for the realm gate. I don't know what the hell directional says traveler. I'm assuming that this is supposed to be huge, right? Like, I can scroll for quite some time. It might be theoretically infinite if it just randomly generates more things on the end of each thing. Alright, well, I don't necessarily need to do hard fucking maps. I would rather just not die. Monsters fire 2 additional projectiles? That might fuck me up. Projectiles suck. But we'll load them up and we'll see. Do I want to do the seepage? I think my goal is to just travel further in this direction. No, wait. This is the one that's projecting the additional rare items. But where it fucking projects to is really not clear. Let's just do this step. Okay. I didn't even see that attack coming. Oh, jeez. There's a support that you can get which makes stuff ricochet off terrain an additional time. And the whole time I've been like, this probably dog shit. But like, randomly now, I'm like, well, if I just miss my damn frost wall, I kinda get it. So my damage seems to be good if, you know, I was 10 levels lower than I am, because that's where all my enemies are, because I'm doing level 1 maps, but that's fine. My goal is to progress on the thing, rather than actually do the map tier quest, so it doesn't really matter that much. This map is really confusing as to what is unwalkable or not. It is on the mini map, but it's like really not clear on the main map. I gotta be careful because my enemies fire more projectiles than I do. This storm duration is kind of sick. Because it means that if I cast it in a walkway and people are running at me, they're gonna come get it. They're gonna absolutely come and get it. What the fuck? This game sucks. This game sucks so much. This game's really shit. What do you mean? So like, I have 64% fire resistance, 22% cold resistance, 13% lightning resistance. So I wonder if... First of all, I have no fucking idea what type of damage I took that killed me. So even if I made my cold resist go to maximum, how do I know if that's helpful or not? My energy shield, like... The upside of what we were doing before in playing Ark was that we had a lot of mana, and we had all damage taken from mana before life. So I don't know how possible it is to reinstate that. I think the crit rate that I have is kind of necessary. I could probably cut some stuff like this, and then head over here. Like 20% increased freeze buildup, 25% of cold damage is extra fire damage against frozen enemies. Sure. Like, my goal is just to have as many projectiles as possible and crit as often as possible. So, is freeze important? Probably not. I really like the +1 cold skills. I think it's got value because it means that my spirit reserving, that's what I'm looking for, stuff is good. This is kind of value. I mean, I would love to jump in here instead of going across here, but it's technically more efficient. Do I need 8% of damage as extra fire damage? Possibly. So this is crit, I need crit, this is crit, I need crit, this is crit, I need crit. I can eat some of this. Like, I could eat the increased lightning damage and get rid of this. Because I'm not igniting enemies ever. Even though Fireball is literally my main damaging ability, I'm never igniting an enemy. I had cast on Ignite and I tried it out and it sat at 0%. 0% the entire time. Casting Fireball and Frostwall, I would still shock people more often than I would ignite. So I think this is probably just useless. I would just get rid of this and just like make it here in general. Because it's like, have I shocked an enemy recently? Probably not. Have I chilled an enemy recently? Yeah. So that one's kind of good. That gives you 3. And then we just get rid of this. So the thing that's interesting about this is the 5% of lightning damage is extra cold damage is misleading. Archmage adds extra lightning damage, and so my Fireball does extra lightning damage. Of that lightning damage, none of it is turned into cold damage. It is only if you're using a lightning damaging spell that it will gain additional cold damage. So when I'm using Fireball, it gains additional lightning damage because Archmage says so. It just says all things, right? Not so much. Let's take this out. Oh, fuck me. Under these. So 25% of cold damage is extra fire damage. It's really not that relevant. It's really only the Frostwall that's going to hit that. And the extra freeze build-up is kind of nice. So I think we're going to cut this also. And then, do I convert all energy shield to mana, or do I come over here? All things are possible. So like, there's this crit node over here. That's like really good. I got 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Doesn't quite get me there. Doesn't quite get me there. I much prefer this to this. Wait, apply refunds. It fucking undid this also. I would like to undo these as refunds. So I have 15 actually. So I can go. I'll put my gem back in a second. So all damage is taken from mana before life. It's not super great. I get an extra jewel socket, which is kind of sick. So maybe I'll go on the market and see if I can find something. And I got 2 extra ones, so these are all kind of shit. I don't think any of this matters, but this is kind of a big boost because it gives me much more crit chance. And I have 2 more things, so I can get more crit chance here. It's an extra 10% crit chance here. I'm going to apply because I want to take this off also. I think I take this off and I just keep the lightning damage. I think it's the better one. I don't think I need that much additional freeze builder. And that gives me 4, and so I can put it on this, recover mana when I invoke, trigger spells, deal more damage. So the Eye of Winter will do more damage. Is that the vibe? can I get to here with 4 points? No. I really don't like this node. But it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, actually, is this just a faster route? Shit. It is too. Fuck off. I don't know why this doesn't work. Why does this not work? Excuse me, Doriani, you fucked me up. It's not weighted. Requirements not met. What the fuck do you mean? What is going on? I don't think I have these. I think it's bugged. This is a fucking nightmare. So I have that one. I don't have this one. Doriani, what is going on? Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on there. Leave Doriani. Come and stop telling me all these things. My character likes to talk some shit, let me say. So, I can grab these to make my Eye Winter be better. The recover 3% of mana when you invoke a spell is pretty good. The 1% is 13. So 29. How much does it cost? It costs 69. So it means it'll cost 30. Which is kind of negligible. But it doesn't go mana infinite, is the thing. It will deal increased damage, but I don't know that it does a ton of damage already. It's 15 to 21. Here we go. Average damage per use is 352. We can only look at it for 8 seconds at a time. It has all 3 damage types. Critical hit chance is really high. It's pretty good. What's my fireball crit chance at now? 18%. So, Eye of Winter. Oh, it's because it's got the inevitable critical on. Yeah, okay. I don't know that I need this. I don't think the spell damage is as relevant because it has a low number. The thing that we care about is multiple projectiles hitting and multiple projectiles crittling. Getting that crittling in. But I think 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 does get me the battery. Whoops. Does get me the battery, which gives me an extra 500 mana. Do we kind of get there? What a wonky ass looking build. So, who knows? I'll tinker. I'll find out. I think I'm heading in the right direction. But it is really difficult at any period of time, and we saw this previously in the Let's Play, it is really difficult at any period of time to stop and respec your character and get an idea of what's happening. Because you're always progressing, playing the same thing, it's really hard to measure against that. If you just fall slightly short or you have a different specialization to really get an idea. I was at 70% of the next level up, and the amount of times that I've died has gotten me to 20%. I think more than that. I had 3 of these notches left until I leveled up. I am now at 2 notches complete, which is deeply shit. I basically had a whole level robbed of me in just trying to figure out if the build change is worth it, because Arc gets kind of boring 50 episodes in. This one is much more interesting because I think that my cast is going to be like actually happening. I wish cast on Ignite would ever do anything. I wish igniting things was possible. It is not possible currently. I don't know why it exists in the game if it cannot happen. I had like plus 200% more even chance to ignite and would never trigger an ignite. Fireball, I guess, just doesn't do enough damage. But we're kind of just relying all on the Elemental Storm to do all the stuff that we need to cook all of our damage. More Elemental Storms, more damage, which seems to work okay. When we do hit the Storm and the Storm hits a pack, the pack dies. If the pack sprints at me, I could tend to die. If I get hit by, I don't know, a random projectile, I die. I don't know. Having the Mana Battery as a shield now seems to be a little tankier option. But it does mean that I have 0 mana a lot of the time. So, I don't know. I'm interested to see how this goes. I'm going to tinker. I'm going to play around with it for a little bit. If you're curious to find out if it ever becomes useful, if you're curious to find out if we ever actually complete these new quests that I totally didn't expect coming along, stick around. I'll have a playlist on the screen, which will be all of the Path of Exile 2 Let's Plays. So if you missed some of the stuff earlier, you want to go back and check out the campaign. If this is not the most recent episode, you can go and see what happens next. That's all in there. We also will have some of the other videos we do on the channel, because it's not just Path of Exile. We've got a Ape Escape Let's Play, the whole trilogy. I do a lot of game design commentary, and we play a lot of board games on here. So if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, maybe one of those things is up there suggested for you to check it out. Otherwise, I would much appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, and it's kind of a really hard goal. Actually, I'm doubling my existing subscriber count in 12 months, considering that the channel is 7 years old or so. To do my entire 7 years worth of being a YouTuber in 1 year seems kind of insane, but I am up to the challenge. We're doing one video every single day for the entirety of 2025, and I need your help to achieve my goals. So stick around, because there's still more Path of Exile 2 to come. And then, I don't know, hopefully we'll not explode immediately one of these days. That would be great. I'm working on not exploding.